that you left me alone in this like this here? Was that how much you loved me? And you, Kapil, who looked like in a dog's eyes, you too? How selfish you are, how unkind. What should I do now? Where shall I go? How can I go home? Oh? What shall I say when I get there? What shall I say happened? And you would believe me. They'll all say that you fought and died for this home. They're bound to say it. Then what will happen to me? No, Mother Kali, no. It's too horrible to think of. No. Kapil's gone, David's gone. Let me go with them. I don't have the strength to hack off my head, Mother. But how does it matter how I die? You don't care. It's sent to you, another offering. All right, have it then. Here's another offering for you.
Hey, put it down. Put down that sword.
Who's that?
Actually, if it hadn't been that died right in front of me. But for his friend, mind you, didn't even have the courtesy to refer to me. And what lies! Says he's dying for friendship. He must have known perfectly well he would be accused of killing Devdas for you. Do you think he wouldn't have grabbed you if it hadn't been for that fear? But till his last breath, oh my friend, my dear brother, only you spoke the truth.
It's all your face, mother.
Don't drag me into it. I have nothing to do with it. You spoke the truth because you are selfish, that's all. Now don't want to. Do as I told you and shut your eyes.
Yes, mother. I'm ready, mother.
My dear daughter, there should be a limit even to honesty. Hey, so be it.
What happened?
What happened?
Kapil's voice? David's voice? Kapil? David?
Padmini?
What happened? My head feels so heavy.
My body seems to weigh a ton.
What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Mother Kali, only you can save me now. Help me, mother. What have I done?
Why are you crying?
What's wrong?
What should I tell you, Devdas? How can I explain it, Kapil? You cut off your heads, but the goddess gave you life. But high in the dark, Mother Kali, only you can save me now. I mixed up your heads. I mixed them up. Forgive me. I don't deserve to live. Forgive you.
Mixed up? The head? Why do you let me run this play? But now we are bloody. Heads exchange. What other race can no more race? Is this fun that hot that fun is? What other mates can no more race? Is this fun that hot that fun is? I'm finished.
Dead.
Nothing like this could have ever happened.
You know, seeing you two with your heads off was bad enough. But when you got her, it was terrible. I almost died of fright.
No one will believe us if we'll tell them.
We won't tell anyone.
We'll keep our secrets inside.
Inside us is right.
How can't we tell them? They'll know soon.
No, they won't.
I'm sure they'll.
I'll take any bet.
But how's it possible?
You'll see. Why worry now?
Come, let's go.
Yes, it's late. No Ujjain for now. We go back home. Straight.
Absolutely.
This Ujjain will last us a lifetime. Now,
Yes.
how are you going to keep this from your parents? They'll guess as soon as they see you bare body.
No, they won't. They take us too much for granted.
What do you mean?
I mean, who looks hard at a person?
No, I don't
sees
mean that.
I'm not so sure. I'm afraid I'll get the blame for it ultimately.
No, that won't happen.
But what has she got to do with you now?
What do you mean?
I mean, Padmini is my wife, so she must come home with me.
What are you talking of, Kapil?
I mean, I have got Devdas' body now, so you have to be my wife.
Shut up!
Don't blather like an idiot.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
But I have got Devdas' body now.
We have heard you once. You don't have to repeat yourself like a parrot. According to the Shastras, the head is the sign of the man.
That may be. But the question now is simply this. Whose wife is she? This is the hand that accepted her wedding. This is the body she has lived with all these years. The child she is carrying is the seed of this body.
No, no, no. It's not possible. It's not Devdutt.
Of course it isn't, my dear. He is ignorant. One accepts a partner in marriage with the holy fire as the witness. One accepts a person, not his body. She married Devdutt, the person, not his body.
If that's your argument, I have got Devdutt's body now. So I am Devdutt, the person.
Listen to me. Of all the human limbs, the topmost in position as well as in importance is the head. And I have Devdutt's head. So it follows that I am Devdutt. And according to the sacred text,
You can always twist sacred text to suit your needs. She married Devdutt's body with holy fire as witness, and that's enough for me.
did you see that, Padmini? He claims to be Devdutt, yet he condemns the sacred text. You think Devdutt would ever do that?
You can quote as many as texts you like. I don't give a nail. Come on, Padmini.
Take care!
Come. It's useless to argue with this rascal.
Come.
Let's go.
Where are you going, my wife friend?
You get out of our way, or
Because you
should I-
walk my way.
Get away!
He is using force and what language? Think, Padmini, would Devdutt have ever acted like this? This is Kapil's violence.
Come. Let's go.
Go? But do you think I'll stay put you while running with my wife? Where will you go? How far can you go? Only to the city after all. I'll follow you there. I'll kick up around the streets. Let's see what happens then.
Do not pay any attention. Let him scream away.
No. This has to be solved here. It will create a scandal in the city.
But who believes him? Everyone will take you for Devdutt by your face.
You think people of Dharampur don't know my body? They have seen me 1,000 times in wrestling pits. I've got I don't know how many awards for bodybuilding. Let's see whom they believe.
Why are you torturing us like this? For so many years, you accepted our friendship, our hospitality.
I know what you want, Padmini. Kapil's strong body and Devdutt's clever head.
Shut up, you brute!
Suppose she did. There's nothing wrong here. It's quite natural for a woman to feel attracted to a fine figure of a man.
I know it is, but that does not mean she can go and live with a man who's not her husband. That's not right.
How can we get rid of this scoundrel? Let's go. Let's go anywhere you like. To the deserts, to the woods, anywhere you like.
You'll have to kill me before you really escape me. I don't have strength to this Kapil's body.
But I gave you life.
That wasn't any favor. If you hadn't, you would have been a widow now. Actually, he should be grateful to me. Because my wife gave him life. Instead of it, he's trying to snatch you away.
This way we won't get anywhere, Kapil.
Call me Devdutt.
Whatever you are, this is no way to solve the problem.
Of course not. If marriage were a contract, it could be. But how can Padmini's fancy be taken as a solution?
Then, what is the solution to this problem?
What? What indeed is a solution to this problem, which holds the entire future of these three unfortunate beings in a balance? Must their fate remain a mystery? And if so, shall we not be insulted? The sun, he was asked the same question by the demon Betal, and the king offered a solution even without, as it were, batting an eyelid. But will his rational, logical answer, backed by the sacred text, appeal to our audience?
The keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull. Hence the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull.
Ignore the words of godly saints and feel the flow within the veins.
Hence the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull. Hence the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull.
But can we move the head away and let the body have its way?
Hence the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull. Hence the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull.
It is claimed break the lines of destiny and allow the games of mockery.
The head's the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull. The head's the keeper of the tongue, the brain is safe inside the skull.
Yes, the wriksh is supreme among trees, so is the head among the human limbs. Therefore, the man with Devdutt's head is indeed Devdutt, and he is the rightful husband of Padmini.
My Padmini, my lovely Padmini,
My king, my master,
my little lightning,
the light of my joy,
the flower of my palm,
my celestial body Gandhar, my sun-faced Indra.
my queen of Indra's court.
Come, let us go quickly, where the earth is soft and the green grass plays the swing.
Let us, where the banyan spreads the canopy and curtains of the skies.
What the white chest? What other canopy do I need?
My soft swing, Padmini, what other swing do I want?
My day that comes like a bridegroom with the ornament of a new body.
And who should wear the ornaments but the eager bride?
Come, let's go.
Let's.
Wait. Don't be sad, couple. We shall meet again, shan't we? It's my duty to go with Devdutt now. But remember, I'm going with your body. Let it cheer you up. Goodbye, couple.
Goodbye, couple.
Kapil, don't grieve, Kapil. It's fate.
Kapil? What? Me? But why am I Kapil?
So, the roads diverged. Kapil went into the forests and disappeared. He never saw Dharampur again. In fact, he never felt the wind of any city again. As for Devdutt and Padmini, they returned to Dharampur and plunged into the joys of married life.
But this body, it doesn't wait for thoughts, it simply acts.
Fabulous body, fabulous brain, fabulous Devdutt.
I've been running all these days without even proper sleep, and yet I don't feel a bit tired. Come, we'll have a picnic by the lake. I feel like a good long swim.
In my condition.
I didn't ask you to swim. You sit there and enjoy the scenery. Once our son is born, I'll teach you to swim too.
You go on about being a son. What if it's a daughter?
If it's a daughter like you, I'll teach the two of you.
Ready? Now, what about the picnic?
Quite right. First things first.
Devdas,
Yes?
why do you have to apply that sandal oil on your body?
I like it.
I know, but
What?
your body had strong male smell before. I liked it.
But I've been using sandal oil since I was a child.
I don't mean that. My friend he returned from the temple of Kali. He used to smell so manly.
You mean that sweaty, unwashed smell Kapil had? You liked it?
Come on, it was just a suggestion. Let's start. We'll be late.
Not a bad house, I will say.
Could have been worse.
We should have got a palace. A real palace.
And a prince to play with. A real prince.
How the children looked at us at the fair. How their eyes glowed.
How their mother stared at us. How their mouths watered.
Only those beastly men turned up their noses. Expensive. Too expensive.
Presuming to judge us. Who do they think they are?
Only a prince would be worthy of us.
We should be dusted every day.
Dressed in silk.
Seated on a cushioned shelf.
Given new clothes every week.
If the doll maker had any sense, he would never have sold us.
If he had brains, he would never have given us to this man.
With his rough laborer's hands.
Palms like wood.
A grip like a vice.
My arms are still aching.
He doesn't deserve the pain.
My dolls, my lovely dolls, your prince has arrived, your prince has come!
Brute, an absolute brute.
Beast, a complete beast.
Here, madam, please accept these sweets. You must come tomorrow to the feast tomorrow at our house.
What is it for?
Haven't you heard? I've got a son like a gem, a son like a rose. Please come too.
Is that little Satan asleep yet?
Things of God is killing me.
Crying all day.
Making a mess every 15 minutes.
What have we come to? One should never trust God.
It's our fault. We should have been wary from the moment we saw that child in a dream.
We should have noticed her bloating day by day.
We should have suspected foul play then.
It wasn't our fault. How could we know she was hiding this thing inside her?
How she was swelling day by day, week by week, as though someone were blowing air into her.
How ugly she looked.
Not to her husband though.
When they were alone, he would place his hand on her belly and say, "Is he kicking now?"
We should have been stronger.
We should.
And then comes the son of Satan.
This lump of flesh.
He doesn't even have proper eyes or ears.
But he gets all the attention.
Oh,
Oh. A spider's built its web on my shoulders.
yesterday mouse nibble at my toe.
The other day a cockroach ate my left eye.
6 months and not a soul has come near us.
6 months and not a hand has touched us.
6 months and we reach this state. What will happen in a year's time?
Listen,
Yes?
you mustn't say no at least this time.
To what?
We'll take him to the lake.
In this cold?
What if it's cold? He's older now. There's no need to mollycoddle him. I grew up running around in heat and cold and rain. Nothing happened to me. I'm alright.
No. It's unnecessary trouble for everyone.
What do you mean trouble? What's happened to you these days? You sit at home, never go out. You've forgotten all your swimming and sports.
I'm a Brahmin, Padmini. My duty
I've
is...
heard all that.
It was fun the first few days, all that muscle and strength. But how long can one go on like that? Besides, I have the family tradition to maintain. The daily readings, writings, studies.
I don't know.
Now look here, Padmini. Why? What happened?
I suddenly had goose flesh.
Tell me, did you see the copy of Dharam Sindhu?
I think I saw it in the shed. Must be there.
Why? What happened?
He touched me and
Yes?
his palms, they were so rough when he first brought us here, like a laborer's. But now, they're soft, sickly soft, like a young girl's.
I know. I have noticed something too.
What?
His stomach. It was so tight and muscular. Now,
I know it's loose.
do you think it will swell up too?
It will smell a little.
And
More and
more until
if it's a woman,
there will be a child.
and if it's a man,
Bang! Hey.
Comes a rider from Petasika. On his head there's a turban with long curly hair. There's a garland around his head of virgin white rose. There's a sword in his hand, studded with diamond flows. Now my baby and her smiling dreams. Now my baby and her smiling
hey,
Yes?
look,
Where?
behind her eyelids, she's dreaming.
I don't see anything.
It's still busy, hasn't started yet. Do you see it now?
Yes.
A man.
Not a husband.
No, someone else.
Is this the one who came last night?
Yes, the same, but I couldn't see his face then.
You can now. Not very nice. Rough, like laborers. But he's got a nice body. Looks soft.
Who do you think it is?
It's fading. Remember the face.
It's fading. Oh, it's gone.
And she won't even remember it tomorrow.
Are you ill?
Why?
You were moaning in your sleep last night.
Was I?
Are you feeling well?
No, I'm well. I'm perfectly alright.
What's wrong? Tell me.
Nothing. I went to the gymnasium yesterday morning and then went swimming.
The gymnasium? After all these years? But why?
I just felt like it. Don't go on about it.
Are you going again today?
No, I'm not. And there's no need to laugh. I know I made a fool of myself by going there. I won't ever again.
What are you afraid of, Dekar? What does it matter that you're going soft again? That you're losing your muscles? I'm not going to be stupid again. Kapil's gone out of my life forever. I won't let him come back. Kapil? Where could he be now? What could he be doing? Could his body be pressed and his face dark? Devda changes. Kapil changes. And me?
There he is again.
In the middle of the day.
I'm not sure this is the usual visitor. This one looks rougher and darker.
It's him all right. Look at his face.
He goes to her.
Very near her.
What's he going to do now?
What?
But he's climbing a tree.
He has dived into a river.
Is that all he came for?
It's going.
Going.
Gone. Wretched dreams. They just tickle and fade away.
Change, 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 change. The sand trickles, the water fills the pot, and the moon goes on swinging, swinging, swinging from light to darkness to light.
Padmini, a pandit's coming to see you to explain some verses to him. Can you get some sweets and lime juice ready?
Yes. Did you hear? The maid was telling me.
What?
Kapil's mother died this morning. Poor thing. She had been bedridden ever since.
What do you expect me to do out there? Get the lime juice ready soon.
Each one to his fate.
Each one to our problems.
As the doll maker used to say, what are things coming to?
Especially last night. Amid that dream,
One shouldn't talk about such things.
it was so shameless.
I said be quiet.
Honestly, the way they...
Look, if we must talk about it, let me.
You didn't want to talk about it, so...
You don't understand a thing, then
What do you know last night?
let me in dream.
I am.
Shut up.
You shut up.
हमारा समझ कभी ना आवे, तारे से कैसे काम करावे। हमारा समझ कभी ना आवे, तारे से कैसे काम करावे। हर फुदक कर मारी जान गवावे। हमारा समझ कभी ना आवे, तारे से कैसे जान छुड़ावे।
Just look at the dolls. The babies really torn them to pieces. How long will we go on with them? Listen! We must get new dolls for a baby. These are in tatters.
Oh yes, I hadn't noticed it.
Why don't you go to Ujjain and get new dolls from there? If you start today, you'll be there in time for it. And it's unlucky to keep torn dolls at home.
Did you hear that? She wants to throw us out.
She wants new dolls.
The whore.
The bitch.
May our house burn down.
May I take all out? Alright.
See how he picks us up like stray puppies.
That ball of flesh will remain here. Bust the donkey for us.
Padmini, it will take me more than a week's time to go to Ujjain and return back. Shall I ask one of our neighbors to get them for us?
You wretch, before you throw us out, watch out for yourself.
Cover your wife before you start worrying about our end.
Who knows what sort of dolls they get for a child? We must get things ourselves for a baby.
Shall I ask one of the servants to come and sleep at night?
No need. We are not in the middle of a forest.
Alright, I'll start at once.
What
Take
are you
care.
doing?
Refuse, you idiot.
Really?
Rascal.
Fine.
Bastard.
My poor child. You haven't yet seen the witching fair of the dark forest, have you? How can I describe it to you? There's so much. Long before the sun rises, the shadows of the twigs draw alpanas on the floor. The stars raise aarti and go. Then the day dawns and the fun begins. The circus in the treetops and the cock fight in a shower of feathers. And the dances. The peacock dance, the tiger dance, and the dance of the sun's little feet with silver anklets on the river. Right there, in the heart of the forest, stands the stately chariot of the shield bearer. It's made of pure gold. Rows of birds pull it down the street, and rows of flames of the forest salute it with torches. Then the night comes, and the poor baby is tired. So we blow gently, and out goes the moon. But before we leave, there's one more thing to do. Right outside the fair, watching it from a distance, stands the tree of the fortunate lady. It's an old tree, a close friend of ours. We have to say hello to it, all right?
are not men.
What do you do?
Live.
Have you had any news from the city?
Long ago, father sent word asking me to come back. I said I won't come. That's all.
You mean you don't know your father died last year? And also your mother. And Padmini has a son.
I see.
Why this anger, Kapil?
Anger? Anger? What anger?
It shows in the way you stand, you move.
All that is your poetry.
Kapil! Kapil!
Here?
My son had never laughed with the river, or shivered in the wind, or felt the fall at his feet. So I brought him out. I lost my way in the woods.
You shouldn't have lost it this far.
The wrong road stuck to my feet, wouldn't let go.
You shouldn't have lost it this far. Wild beasts, robbers, pathless paths, all sorts of dangers.
I asked the villagers, and the pilgrims, and the hunters and the tribesmen. When there wasn't anyone anymore, I asked myself. Everyone saw to it I didn't lose this wrong road.
Is that your son?
Yes, and yours.
Mine?
Your body gave him to me.
Mine? Not mine, Padmini. I'm Kapil. I didn't accept it that day, but I accept it now. I'm Kapil.
How's Kapil?
He spreads his wings and flies away. He rejects the world and makes his way. His shadow's gone, he's alone today. He's made a life so far away. Sold his heart to forget your face. He's managed well until today. You've come here again with sindoor on your head. Yet fate must decide what's really fair.
May I look at him?
That's my daughter.
What's wrong with me? You have come so far and I haven't even asked you to sit down. You go ahead and take a little rest. Why?
I don't need any rest.
How are you?
I'm well. No problems, illness, or difficulties.
Your son looks exactly like you.
And you? He had the same mole on his shoulder.
Which mole?
This one? Which other could it be? That's the only one you have on your shoulder.
Oh, that. I hadn't seen it. I don't much look at this body.
You despise it that much? Why have you tortured it so? When this went to you, it was so soft, like a prince. These arms were so slender and fair. Why have you done this to yourself?
When this body came to me, it was like a corpse hanging by my head. It was a Brahmin's body after all, not meant for the woods. I couldn't lift an ant without my elbows moaning, couldn't run a length without my knees howling. I had absolutely no use for it. The moment it came to me, a war started between us.
And who won?
I did.
The head always wins, doesn't it?
Fortunately, yes. That's why I'm Kapil. Kapil with a face which fits his body.
Does the head always win? What a good mix. There are no more trace. Is this one that
thought that was this. You remember the song we sang at the Temple of Kali?
So,
Nothing. It's almost my autobiography now. Couple. Devdutt. Couple with Devdutt's body, Devdutt with couple's body. 4 men in one lifetime.
why have you come away from him?
What do you want me to say?
How can I make you understand, Kapil? If Devdutt had changed overnight and gone back to his original form, I would have forgotten you completely. But that's not how it happened. He changed day by day, inch by inch, hair by hair, like the trickling sand, like the water filling the pot. And as I saw him change, I couldn't get rid of you. This is what Padmini must tell Kapil. She should say more without concealing anything. Kapil, if that Rishi had given me to you, do you think I would have gone back to Devdutt someday exactly like this? But she doesn't say anything. She remains quiet.
Why have you come away from him?
I had to see you.
Why? Why? Why did you have to come just when I thought I had won this long and weary battle? Why did you have to pursue me just when I had succeeded in uprooting those memories? I am Kapil now, rough and violent Kapil. Kapil without a crack between his head and his shoulders. What do you want now? Another head? Another suicide? Go back now. Back to Devdutt. He is your husband, the father of this child. Devdutt and Padmini. Devdutt and Padmini. A pair coupled with the holy fire as the witness. I have no place there. No peace, no salvation. So please go. I beg of you. Please go.
I will, if you really want me to.
Oh,
Why?
nothing. Another memory. When I too was asked to leave. Yes, go back now.
I will. But can I ask a little favor? My son's tired. He's asleep. He has been on my arms for several days now. Let him rest a while. As soon as he gets up, I'll go. Yes. You won, Kapil. Devdutt won too. But I, the better half of 2 bodies, I neither win nor lose.
But
No, don't say anything. I know what you say. And I've told that myself 1,000 times already. It was my fault. I'll mix the heads up. I must suffer for it. I will. I'm sorry I came. Didn't think before I started. Couldn't. But till my child wakes up, may I sit here and look at you? Have my fill for the rest of my life. I won't speak a word.
what does it matter now whether you stay or go? You have already done the damage. I had buried all those faceless memories under my skin. Now you have come and dug them up with your claws.
Why should one bury anything?
Why shouldn't one? Why should one tolerate this mad dance of incompleteness?
Whose incompleteness? Yours?
Yes, mine. One beats the body into shape, but one can't beat away the memories in it. Isn't it surprising, Padmini, that the body should have its own ghosts, its own memories? Memories of touch. Memories of a touch. Memories of a body swaying in these arms. Of a warm skin against this palm. Memories that one cannot recognize, cannot understand, cannot even name. Because this head wasn't there when it happened.
Kapil,
Why? You came. You touched me. You held my hand. And my body recognized your touch. I have never touched you. But this body, this appendage, flowered out into a festival of memories to which I am an outcast.
Poor couple.
Don't pity me.
Be quite stupid. Your body bathed in a river. Swam and danced in it. Shouldn't you think you what river it was? What swim? Your head too must submerge in the river. The flow must rumble your hair. Its tongue in your ears. And press your head to its bosom. Until that's done, you will continue to be incomplete. My couple. My poor, poor couple. How needlessly you have tortured yourself.
You cannot engrave on water, nor wound it with a line. Which is why the river has no fear of waterfall. She kindles and tickles the rushes of the banks, and then turns the top of dry leaf in the navel of a whirlpool, and leaves the water snake in the nets of silver strands.
Ooh, Devta.
Where does Kapil live here?
Well, anyway, how are you?
If you don't want to tell me, don't. I'll find out for myself.
There, behind those trees.
I know Padmini has been here.
About 4 or 5 days.
Amazing. Even a man like me found the road now. But how quickly she covered the child in her arms.
Devdutt, Devdutt. Devdutt moves on. There are only 2 words which make sense to him now. Kapil and Padmini. Kapil and Padmini. These words carry him along like a flood to the doorstep of Kapil's hut. But suddenly he stops. Until now, he has been yearning to taste the blood of Kapil. But now, he is still and calm.
Waiting for you. I've been expecting you since yesterday. I have been coming out every half an hour to see if you had arrived. Not from fear, only eager. And you look exactly the same.
You too.
What's that?
This doll for the child. I came home from there. There was no one there. So I came here.
Come in. Rest a while. There'll always be time to talk later. Why? Are you angry?
Not anymore. Did my body bother you too much?
Well, it wasn't made for this life. It resisted. It also had its revenge.
Did it?
Do you remember how once I used to envy your ability to write your poetry? For me, the sky was just a sky. The tree only a tree. Your body gave me new feelings, new words. I felt awake as I had never before. You even started writing poems. Very bad ones, I'm afraid. But there were times when I hated it for what it gave me.
I wanted your power, but not your wildness. You lived in hate and I.
No, it was me who was afraid.
What a good mix. No more tricks. Tell me one thing. Do you really love Padmini?
Yes, I do.
So do
Devdutt, can't we 3 live together like the Pandavas and Draupadi?
I. What do you That's why I brought this. What wanted has to be cut.
I got your body, but not your wisdom.
So where's the sword now?
One moment. Are you still in practice?
Of course not. But you have learned well. And you?
I learnt again, but one is old now, slow at learning.
You realize it's in material who's better with a sword now? Do you?
Yes, I do.
There's only one solution to this.
We must both
We
die.
must both die.
We dance away, just you and I, like the thunder in the sky. And someday just you and I, like the thunder in the sky. We know we both are going to die, so we fight until we die. We fight until we die, so we fight until we die.
With what confidence we chopped off our heads in the temple of Kali. Now whose head? Whose body? Suicide or murder? Nothing is clear.
No grounds for friendship. No question of mercy. We must fight like lions and kill like wicked beasts.
Let our heads roll to the very hands which chopped them off in the temple of Kali.
We fight like lions in the field, we kill like wicked beasts. We fight like lions in the field, we kill like wicked beasts. The sword with which we fight today will be soaked with all its needs. Will be soaked with all its needs. Will be soaked with all its needs. Leave the world to destiny, we'll gaze on eye to eye. Leave the world to destiny, we'll gaze on eye to eye. We'll fight again, we'll die again, we'll lead another life, and we'll lead another life, and we'll lead another life.
They burned, lived, fought, embraced, and died. I stood silent. If I'd said yes, I'll live with you both, perhaps they would have been alive yet. But I couldn't say yes. No couple, no Devdutt. I know it in my blood. You couldn't have lived together. You would have had to share not only me, but your bodies as well. Because you knew death, you died in each other's arms. You could have only lived ripping each other to pieces. I had to drive you to this. You forgave each other, but again left me out.
What's this? It's a sight to freeze the blood in one's veins. What happened, child? Can we help?
Yes, please. My son is sleeping in the hut. Take him under your care. Give him to the hunters who live in this forest and tell them it's Kapil's son. They love Kapil and will bring the child up. Let the child grow up in the forest with the rivers and the trees. When he's 5, take him to the river Brahman Vidyasagar and tell him it's Devdutt's son.
And you?
Make me a funeral pyre. We are 3.
You mean you are performing sati? But why, child?
Give these dolls to my son. I will not see him. He may tempt me away from my path. Kali, mother of all nature, you must have a joke even now. Other women can die praying that they get the same husband in all their lives to come. But you haven't left me even that little consolation.
Vishnu with flowers of golden rose, the garlands of roses, aflame with red love. So forward Farewell, dear sister, this last journey of yours is strewn with flowers of molten gold. The gods of destruction await for your call. So farewell, dear sister, farewell from all.
Thus, Padmini became a sati. India is known for its pativratas, women who dedicated their whole existence to the service of their husband. But it will not be an exaggeration to say that no pativrata went in the way Padmini did. And yet, no one knows the exact spot where she went sati. If you ask the hunting tribes who dwell in the forest, they only point towards a full blossom tree of the fortunate lady. They say that even now, on new moon and full moon nights, a song rises from the roots of the tree and fills the forest like the fragrance.
Why should love carry the sap of a single body? When the stem is trunk with nectar hung and an golden-eyed lantana. And why should flowers close their eyes and love a single bee? And love a single bee.
Madam, madam, madam!
Who's that? Oh, it's Nat, our actor. I was just thinking of Devatan, and you turn up.
There is an act of fate in nutshell for you. Always remember for someone else.
Where's Devatan now? Has he come back?
I don't know, madam. The moment we reached Kali temple, he chased me away. Wouldn't let me stay there a minute longer.
I very much hope the goddess granted him whatever he wanted. Who's this child?
Well, him? Go ahead. Tell her.
Who are you, child? What is your name? Where are your parents?
See, not a word. Children of his age should be out talking a dictionary. But this one doesn't speak a word. Doesn't laugh, doesn't cry, doesn't even smile. The same long face all 24 hours. There is obviously something wrong with him. Help! Help! See, no reaction, no response. When he grow up, he should make a good theatre critic.
Where did you find him?
In tribal village of hunters. You see, on my way back, I have to stay there for a night. And a tribal woman brought him to me. Said, it is not our child. It is from city. Take it back.
A child from this city? How strange. And he's old.
I was about to warn you. Whatever you do, don't touch these dolls. At other time, he will starve and freeze to death. Rather speak a word. But touch the doll and he will bare his fangs. He almost bit my finger once.
But Nat, with child next to me. No, I promise, I won't touch the dolls. Just your shoulder. Nat, look, the moon. It's Padmini's child. There's no doubt about it.
Padmini? Which Padmini?
सारे जहां से
obedient servant.
So, we meet again.
Oh, we are old friends.
Fellow pilgrims.
But not fellow travelers. You may laugh, I may not.
That's Padmini's child here, Vadan.
Padmini? I'm not aware of.
You don't know her, but this poor child, he hasn't laughed or cried or talked in all these years. Now, you have made him laugh.
Delighted, simply delighted.
But tell me, you went to the forest to become a complete man, didn't you? What happened?
Well, it's a very long story. I went there and I picked up a sword which was lying around. Very unsafe, I tell you. I put it on my neck and said, Mother of all nature, if you don't help me, I'll chop off my head. She appeared. Very prompt, I must say. But looked rather put out. She said, rather peevishly, I thought, why don't you people go somewhere else if you have to get your head chopped off? Why do you have to come to me? I fell at her feet and said, Mother, please make me complete. And she said, so be it, and disappeared. And before I could say, please make me into a complete man, I became a horse.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry? What for? The goddess knew what she was doing. Being a horse has its own points, I must say. I have only one sword.
What?
I have become a complete horse, but not a complete being. This human voice, this cursed human voice, how can I call myself complete? It is still there. Bhagwan madam, you must help me to become a complete human, complete horse.
I don't know what to tell you, Vadan.
That's why I sing all these patriotic songs. The national anthem, that one particularly. I've noticed that people singing this song seem to have ruined their voices. So I tried, but it doesn't seem to work. No, I won't. The boy's right. Now what's the point of shedding tears?
Don't cry, Hush. You look nice when you laugh.
No, I won't cry. But I won't give up trying either. Come on, my little friend. Let's sing the national anthem.
What? That?
How could he? He has been brought up in a forest.
Well, then sing any other song. Now look, if you sing a song, I'll take you along with me.
Yes, please.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Come on.
Sing, son.
Here comes the rider, from where he comes. Here comes the rider, from where he comes.
Bhagwan madam,
Yes,
this seems to be a very sad song.
I think so. Yes.
Who could have taught this child such a sad song?
Mother,
What is there in a song, Vadan? The real beauty lies in the child's laughter, in the innocent joy of that laughter. No tragedy can touch it.
Is that so?
Indeed. What could match a child's laughter in all its purity?
Well, Bhagwan madam, I have my doubts about this theory. In fact, I may go as far as to say that I firmly believe that it is this sort of sentimentality which has been a theme of our literature and national life. It has encouraged escapism and kept us from accepting reality. But if you say so, I won't argue. Come child, sing another song.
I don't know.
Well then sing the same song.
You laugh first.
Laugh, just like that? Well, it's not easy. Okay, let me try. Oh, it's not easy, I said, na? Okay, I'll try once more.
white charger.
And these dolls?
Throw them away. There's no further use for them. Unfathomable indeed is the mercy of the elephant-headed Ganesh. He fulfills the desires of all. A grandson to a grandfather, a smile to a child, a neigh to a horse. How indeed can one hope to describe his glory in a poor disabled words? Come here, Ladan, come. Our play is over now. It's time we all prayed and thanked the Lord for having ensured the success and completion of the play.
Well done from George.
In poetry, science, industry, and other fields, give the rulers of our country success in all endeavors.